I divorced my wife because she kept getting Botox behind my back after promising she'd stop. My wife Emma was absolutely stunning, like the kind of woman who'd walk into a restaurant and every guy would turn around to look at her. Natural blonde hair, bright blue eyes, and this amazing smile that made her whole face light up. I fell in love with that face the day I met her 5 years ago. Everything changed when she turned 30 last year. Suddenly, she started obsessing over every tiny line and wrinkle that I couldn't even see. She'd spend hours in front of the bathroom mirror, pulling her skin tight and asking if I noticed any changes. Then one day, she came home from lunch with her sister looking different. Her forehead was completely smooth and shiny, like plastic. When she smiled, only half her face moved. I asked what happened and she casually mentioned getting a little Botox touch-up. I told her honestly that I didn't like how it looked. The puffiness around her eyes, the frozen forehead, the fake appearance. It wasn't the woman I married anymore. She got defensive at first, but then promised she'd never do it again. 6 months later, I woke up one morning and noticed her forehead was completely smooth again. When I confronted her, she exploded. Started yelling about how I couldn't control her body and how she was just trying to look good for me. We had this huge fight, but eventually she calmed down and said she understood my concerns. She promised again that she was done with all the cosmetic stuff. She even threw away the business cards for the medical spa. 4 months passed, and things were great. Her face looked normal again, expressions were back, and I thought we'd moved past it. Then I came home from work one Tuesday and immediately knew something was wrong. Her face looked different, puffy and tight around the eyes. When I asked about it, she tried to lie and say she used some new face mask that made her skin feel tight. I knew she was lying because I'd seen this exact look twice before. The defensive attitude came back instantly. She started screaming about how I was obsessed with controlling her appearance and how other husbands would be happy their wives wanted to look good. But that wasn't the point at all. The point was that she kept lying to my face and going behind my back. I told her that night that I was done, not because of the Botox itself, but because of the pattern of promises and lies. If she wanted to get cosmetic treatments, that was her choice. But I didn't have to stay married to someone who would look me in the eye and lie about something we'd already discussed multiple times. She called me shallow and said I was throwing away our marriage over something stupid. Her friends started texting me, calling me controlling and petty. Even her mom got involved, saying I should support my wife's choices. But here's the thing nobody understood. This wasn't about the Botox. This was about trust. If she could lie to me about something as simple as a doctor's appointment, what else was she hiding? Marriage is supposed to be about considering each other's feelings, not doing whatever you want and lying about it. I filed for divorce the next morning. Emma kept trying to convince me to go to counseling, promising she'd never get Botox again if I'd just give her one more chance. But I'd heard that promise too many times already. She moved in with her sister 2 weeks later, and the divorce was finalized 6 months ago. People still think I'm crazy for ending a marriage over cosmetic procedures, but they don't understand what it felt like to watch someone I loved completely change their face and then lie about it repeatedly. Sometimes I wonder if I should have tried harder to make it work, but then I remember how it felt to catch her in another lie.